This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Many people out there have been asking me to do a dedicated video to Project 2025, and it's in the works. It's going to be a scripted thing where we've done some research. We're really going to pull. We're going to talk about it in a far more fulsome way than your basic daily commentary from me. Related to that, though, I want to talk a little bit about this network of idiots that are not in government, that are not elected officials, that have no power, yet speak as though they do. They speak as though they have some influence to have someone investigated and arrested, prosecuted. Steve Bannon, in this particular case. Steve Bannon, who is a dangerous demagogue. And it's not just that he's dangerous because he has a microphone. It's dangerous that he has influence not just with MAGA world and the toothless clowns, the low information rubes. He also has influence with actual powerful people like Donald Trump, who is steps away from becoming president again. Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, not just a guy who gets, drinks a quart of scotch a night and is careful not to trip and fall and jab his neck on a coffee table and have delicious turkey gravy spill out. That's how I imagine it is in the Bannon household at night. Steve Bannon is now threatening Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a man who dedicated nearly 40 years of his life in public service. And Steve Bannon is now threatening prosecution. Steve Bannon with no power, not in the government, doesn't direct resources of investigatory matters, doesn't have the FBI on the bat phone to call and investigate anything, but he's now threatening prison time, prosecution of General Milley because of treason. I want you to watch this, and I want you to really pay attention to the words that he uses, because he slips up a few times, or at least once, and equates loyalty to Donald Trump with the oath that Milley took to support and defend the Constitution, as though supporting Trump and Trump's fascism is the same thing as supporting the Constitution. Watch this moment from his dopey show the other day, talking about Mark Milley.
President Trump recently said that your dealings with China were so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death.
That's right, he said that.
But for the record, was there anything inappropriate or treasonous about the calls you made to China?
Absolutely not. Zero. None. And not only that, they were authorized, they're coordinated. Congress knows that. We've answered these questions several different times in writing.
Were you giving the Chinese information about thinking of the President of the United States?
Okay, what there was authorized? Well, the commander-in-chief didn't authorize it. We're going to have plenty of time to do that because we're going to hold him accountable. We don't know the form yet of how charges are going to be filed, but this guy's not going to get away with this. It was treasonous. You specifically talked to the Chinese Communist Party, the PLA, about your mindset and the mindset of the American military in that trying time, and you did not run that by the commander-in-chief, who you swore an oath of office to protect the Constitution. He's the commander-in-chief. If you had a problem, you should have resigned right then. You didn't. You're cunning, you're sneaky, you're a liar, and you're treasonous, and you will be held accountable.
Did you catch it? And he says, and you did not run that by the commander-in-chief, who you swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution. It was like, you didn't swear an oath to Donald Trump. You don't swear an oath to a president. There's no loyalty oath to the office holder. You swear an oath, again, to the prop for conservatives, to the Constitution of the United States of America, the document that is the framework for the rule of law in this nation. But these idiots want an oath sworn to Donald Trump. He said, we're going to hold him accountable. We don't know in what form yet. So he's not just talking about like the royal we, that we Americans, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We as Americans, we demand accountability. That's not what he's saying. That's not the language he's using. It's we're going to hold him accountable, and then to really, really drive home the point, we don't know in what form yet. Meaning, we're thinking about it. We are talking about it. We are planning this. We're figuring exactly out what we're going to do to General Mark Milley. We. Who do you think we is? This shadowy group of figures that surround Donald Trump who want to implement the Project 2025 that I talked about, who want to refashion government to implement a fascism in America, a new form for the ages of fascism in the United States of America. They want to end democracy. They wanted Donald Trump back in office in 2021 when he lost the 2020 election. They tried to overthrow the government. They tried to overturn the free and fair election. And now they're going to try to punish people who are critics of Donald Trump, up to and including 4-star former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But who else? What little people? Me? People like me who criticize Donald Trump in a not covert manner, in a very open manner? That seems like what they want. The free speech warriors want to punish people who speak out against their dear leader, Dumpy Donald. This is dangerous. This is un-American. This is anti-constitutional. It's not just unconstitutional. It is anti-constitutional, anti-democratic, anti-American. While he has his war room with the eagle and the banner and the flags and really leaning into the jingoistic nonsense that they hold, that it is not true to them. It is not dear to them. Steve Bannon was also in the Navy. He also rose his hand and swore an oath to the Constitution that he continues to violate on a daily basis, actually committing maybe legal treason. This is one of the most, not this particular story, but this and items like it are some of the most important stories happening right now. That there's a group of secret, shadowy figures around Donald Trump, some more open than others, who are planning to fundamentally and structurally change this country through changing of our government, who plan to punish people, who think they're part of the government. We're going to do this. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to. This is dangerous. This needs to be on the front of your mind. If you are an activist, if you're interested in politics, if you're someone who talks to people about stuff, this should be something that you're focused on, that you're reading about, that you're learning about, especially moving into the 2024 election. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail. Please keep them brief, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. You can also just leave a comment below. That helps to get this channel recommended to new possible subscribers, and I would appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you consider supporting my work. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month. You can hit that super thanks button. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. After all of that, if you're still not sick of thinking about me and my stupid face, I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky. At Dollemore is where I am. I'd love to see you there. And I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.